My name is Richard Hames. I am the Executive Director of the Centre for the Future, and my personal investment into the future is 10 children and 15 grandchildren. A strategic futurist is actually someone who focuses on the present, on the expanded now of today, rather than the future, trying to understand better the patterns that exist in society and how those might play out. The process we use is quite complicated, and it's a rigorous mixture of art and science. The science is artificial intelligence, which helps us scan literally hundreds of millions of documents that are available online. The art is in the insights we get from trusted sources around the world. The predictions we come up with are a small part of our work. They're not opinions. We don't have a crystal ball. They're based on rigorous research and deep knowledge. In the next 50 years, there'll be substantial changes to how we learn. Obviously, with the introduction of new technologies and personal technologies such as wearables and eventually embedded devices, we'll find that we no longer need to memorize facts because it's at our fingertips all the time. The dilemma for urban planners today is that a century ago, we locked in to a technology around private vehicles. With the introduction of autonomous vehicles, we'll see fewer cars on the road and fewer drivers, and the less need for roads, highways, overpasses. As a consequence, those spaces will be given over to more green spaces and entertainment areas for citizens. The dilemma for urban planners today is that a century ago, we locked in to a technology around private vehicles. With the introduction of autonomous vehicles, we'll see fewer cars on the road and fewer drivers, and the less need for roads, highways, overpasses. As a consequence, those spaces will be given over to more green spaces and entertainment areas for citizens. As you know, getting through an airport today can be one pain, and it's very slow, very cumbersome. Biometrics and sensors in everything will allow us to move much more effectively and efficiently through the airport. And at your destination, smartphone apps will translate from one language to another instantly and accurately, making traveling a liberating experience. The rate of urbanization is showing no signs of slowing. By 2050, 68% of the world's population will live in urban areas. So it's more important than ever before that those cities are not just smart cities, technologically speaking, but also beneficial to human health and well-being. Supply of energy in the future is going to change quite dramatically, away from the large monopolistic grids owned by corporations today to smaller microgrids that operate within local communities. We're going to see the supply of energy change away from coal, more to solar and wind-generated power. Producing the energy will empower homeowners to buy it, sell it, or even share it on interconnected swarms of microgrids. Sooner than you think, a typical Australian home will be equipped with around 800 or more connected devices, accurately anticipating your family's needs. For example, your fridge will alert you to eat food before it spoils, and your watch will remind you to pick up fresh milk or juice on your way home. Homes will be self-cleaning, while temperature, humidity, lighting and security will adjust automatically, making a much healthier environment in which to live. The role of artificial intelligence or machine intelligence into the future is so exciting. It's going to affect our travel, how we learn, how we relate to each other, how we communicate, transportation, literally everything is going to be impacted by AI. As artificial intelligence becomes artificial superintelligence, then we need to pay great attention to building in instructions, for example, like do no harm to humans. All work and all workplaces are being transformed by machine intelligence. As well as manual labour, even tasks routinely undertaken today by accountants, lawyers and doctors will be done by robots. The only way we have of assuring that employment remains relatively high is to focus on human skills like critical thinking or compassion that machines do not have, yet. So many new technologies and inventions start as science fiction and become science fact. Such is the case with thought control. In the past, we used to interface with our digital machinery through keyboards and typing. Today, we use our voices to give instructions to our computing and sensors and devices. In the future, we'll use thought control to do exactly the same thing effortlessly. Today, machines can accurately diagnose far better than medical specialists, even over great distances. Robots can undertake precision surgery more safely and faster than a doctor. So the future of healthcare comes down to a partnership between machine and human. The convergence of new with existing technologies are among the many factors fundamentally changing how we treat disease. Most developed societies are becoming increasingly cashless. South Korea will have totally eliminated cash within the next couple of years, while Australia is already 53% cashless. While a cashless society could mean less fraud and crime, mobile digital wallets will allow crypto and corporate loyalty currencies to flourish, possibly even eventually supplanting the need for government-issued money.